Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video about how to put in a strong offer. If you've been putting in offers lately and you just haven't been getting any luck, maybe try to use some of these approaches to see if it'll help. I'm gonna drop some gems, but not too many though, because that's your realtor's job. But I'll start off with just talking about just the offer itself. If you're putting in an offer on a home, first things first, do not underbid. It's a seller's market right now. There's more demand than there is supply. The last thing you want to do is just underbid on a home that's really competitive. So keep in mind the price of the home that you're putting an offer in for. Do the comps in the area. Make sure the price is reasonable. Oftentimes sellers will list their price just low enough for it to be competitive, but high enough for them to be okay if they get asking. So first things first, do not underbid. Another way that you can make your offer strong is skipping inspection. Now, with skipping inspection, you always want to make sure you do your own due diligence. And if you know you're going to skip inspection on the home, make sure you take a contractor with you at the open house just to scope the home out a little bit, just to make sure there aren't any major issues, particularly if it's an older home. If it's new construction, chances are you'll probably skip inspection anyway. But skipping inspection incentivizes the seller not to have to be nickeled and dimed after getting the inspection report. There aren't any additional contingencies, and most likely that they won't get skimmed on the offer price. And it moves the transaction a little bit swifter when the inspection skipped. So that's one tactic you can use to make your offer stronger. Another tactic that you can use is putting more money down at P&S. Putting more money down at P&S shows the seller that you're really serious and you're less likely to back out. The more money you put down, the more you have to lose, right? So the seller feels like, okay, if this person put down $50,000 at P&S, chances are they're not going to back out because they don't like the paint color. So putting more money down at P&S, a higher deposit, definitely shows that that you're serious. Another tactic that you can use to make your offer a little bit stronger is writing a letter. I feel that, writing a letter definitely personalizes you and humanizes you, and not just a name. It really tells the seller who you are a little bit. There are a lot of sellers out there who have a personal attachment to their home, and sometimes they really want to know who they're selling their house to. So if you write a letter just telling the seller a little bit about yourself, like, hey, we're a family of four, we want to stay in the neighborhood, we love how you maintain the home, we promise to care for it, we do this for a living, and we have strong financing, and we know for sure that this home is our dream home, and we'd love for you to consider our offer, whatever the case may be. And sometimes that helps because the seller might feel like, wow, this is a wonderful family. I really have a personal connection with them. But on the flip side of that, there are some sellers who can care less who they're selling the house to, and they really just care about the bottom line and the most money they can make. But does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt to write a letter. Another tactic that you can use is really speaking to your lender about getting a swift closing date. Right now with COVID, closings are taking a little bit longer than usual. We're looking at 45 to 60 days. So if you can get your lender to get you a swift closing where they can close your deal 30 days or less, that's definitely another strong tactic that you can use to make your offer a little bit stronger. Closing swiftly, not having to wait it out. And the longer your transaction takes, the longer things might happen. The more things that might take place. People might back out, financing might fall through, someone might decide to do something negligent, like open up a new credit card or lose their job, whatever the case may be. So the longer the transaction takes, the bigger the risk that someone might bail out. So sellers like to see swift closings. Also, when you're countering, so say for instance, you put in an offer and the seller counters back, be mindful of what your counter is going to be. Oftentimes, buyers might freak out when a realtor might suggest, well, you can offer $10,000 or $15,000 over, and they're like, oh my God, $10,000 to $15,000 over. Think about the numbers. It's $5 for every 1,000. So if you're going to offer or counter $10,000, that's $50 more a month on your mortgage. So I know that the numbers might sound really ginormous at first, and like, oh my God, I can't go over 20,000. How much money will that be? It's $5 for every 1,000. So keep that in mind next time you're countering. So those are just some of the tips that I wanted to bring up to you. Just take those into consideration the next time you put in the offer. Thanks, guys.